Good morning, Dale. Good morning, Dale. Making decals today. I'll give you all a bird's eye view. I'll be right back. Hey, what's up, Smith family? I put them in the mail yesterday, buddy. I am making today, for my buddy Magic Pat, I'm making some real beast decals. Hopefully he comes in here and sees them. I've got two versions of it. Here we got the his Catfish logo with the blue cat on it, and here we got his shark logo because y'all know he likes to switch it up and do a little salt water and a little fresh water. He chases beasts everywhere. But this morning we're laminating and cutting and printing his decals. So I just thought I'd turn the live on and let y'all get a little taste of what I do every day. Right now I'm putting a cold laminate on it. Let me blow this up so I can read the chat. I'm half blind. Hey, that's better. This is downtown Erding Brown. Good morning, Chris Davis. How you, buddy? I'm gonna be bumping around, so I might not get to read all the chats. Maybe somebody will find this interesting. At this stage, I'm applying a cold laminate. This is a lamination machine. It's just two big steel rubber coated rollers that mashes the laminate onto applies the laminate onto the vinyl. The laminate creates a UV barrier and also makes the inks last a lot longer. And they're abrasion resistant too, so they're less likely to scratch the decal with this over laminate. It's an extra step that I put on my decals, but it makes it last a whole lot longer. It won't fade in the sun as quick, and it protects it. Oreo, what you barking at? She's trying to skid them. What you doing, girl? That's my shot dog, Oreo.
She's the best employee I got. She's going back to bed now. Wore her out, getting up and barking at something. It just took the energy right out of her. At this stage, I'm actually fixing to cut the vinyl. I'm cutting through 2 layers. I'm cutting through the laminate and I'm cutting through the decal. These are what you call kiss cut. And they'll have, when they come to you, they'll have a paper backing on them, and you just simply lift it off the paper backing. It comes off the paper backing. Looks like that. How many per sheet, Chris? That depends on the size of the decal. I think these have like 30, like I think like 12 of one and 15, 13 of another, something like that. I'm doing 50 of each one of his logos. All right, buddy. Yeah, I've been watching this winter storm. God bless you and your family too, buddy. Y'all be safe. And after that, when it gets finished is cutting, this machine right here is fixing to start printing another set of another sheet of decals. So this one's cutting. Basically, the workflow is I'm printing on this machine. This is a print machine, and then this machine actually cuts them out. So I print them over here. I laminate them on the table. Then I take them to the lamination machine over there and apply the laminate. And I bring it back over here and I'm contour cutting it. Good morning, Lance. My cool guy. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just making some, my buddy Magic Pat over at Real Boost, making him a run of decals this morning. I told him I was going to go live while I was making his decals. Hopefully he gets to stop in and say hi while I'm cutting his decals. So now this sheet, I've got the laminate overlaid on it. I'm going to take it over here to the lamination machine and run it through the lamination machine and apply the laminate. This machine will crush your fingers. You don't want to run your finger through this machine. Good chance it's going to break them. Our fingers are pretty important for fishing. And as I let this go through the machine and apply the clear over laminate, I kind of brush it with my hand just to make sure that I don't have any dust on it, because you don't want dust trapped between the laminates. between the lamination and the decal, I should say. And then the paper backing comes off, and I'll save it to use it for something later. Yep, making Pat some decals, Chris. I'm sure he's got decals right now, but he asked me to make him some, and I appreciate it. I really do. I'm a screen printer, mostly making T-shirts and stuff, but the wintertime is kind of rough for a T-shirt printer because people just aren't buying as many T-shirts. Most of the schools and stuff have bought their T-shirts for the year. There's not as many outside events going on, so T-shirt business gets slow in the winter. And this is one thing I do is I make decals to help make ends meet. I have the technology. Yeah, Lance, holler at me. Just drop me an email at bobcatoutdoors365@gmail.com. Now I'm fixing to show y'all the cool part about this is weeding the decals. So after they're print and they're cut and they're laminated, we have to do what we call weeding them. Basically, it's pulling off the vinyl around everything else when we're contour cutting the decals out. And what we're left with is a contour cut decal that's ready to be cut apart. The final step in this whole process is I'll cut these apart on the cutter, my guillotine cutter, and cut them into, you know, decals that you can hand out with a paper backing or mail or do whatever. Patch decals have some really funky cutbacks in them, the shark fins. But when we're done, we end up with what we call the matrix. That's everything that is peeled away. Hey, good morning, Anthony. That goes in the garbage, and what we're left with is a sheet of decals that's ready to be cut apart. And so we got another set right here ready to be weeded. Chunky, that is Patch with Real Beast. Magic Pat. You know, Pat's been doing a lot more lives here lately this year, Chunky. He's got two versions. He's got his catfish decal, and then he's got the he fishes freshwater and saltwater, so he's got his shark logo too. This printer is trying to decide if it wants to cut this morning. It's like me, it's slow in the morning. I'll restart it. Sometimes it just times out. Let's try it again. There we go. It's making some noise now. When it starts making noise, that means it's fixing to do something. All right, I sent it to the rip. Get some decals for your kayak to block on your live streaming. Uh-oh, somebody got blocked. Mr. Chunky in the house, Mr. Elston. What's going on, Daniel? Making some decals for old Magic Pat over at Real Beast. See, I may not be fishing, but I'm making fishing decals, so that shouldn't hurt my algorithm. Yeah, I'll do that right now. Let me get over here at the computer. Oh, you're talking to Chris. I'm going to post my email in the. What was I doing? Yeah, I was laminating some decals. I get confused, guys. Oh. Hey, Chucky, I'm trying to stay in the picture. There it goes. It's decided that it wants to print. Everybody, y'all give my printer a big hand clap. It said, "Yay, we're ready to go. Let's start printing decals." Stupid printer. There it goes. It's got a mind of its own. Said, "Yeah, I'll start printing these decals when I get ready to print them. Not when you're ready. You just wait on me." Thanks, Chucky. Yeah, this is the first time I don't have this is the first time I printed them for Pat. I'm sure he's got them. I think he said Vista Prints where he was buying them from before. I'm glad I'm so happy he's decided to let me do his decals. Go ahead and put this one in the cutter. And kind of how the workflow works is after that sheet gets finished printing, this sheet will start cutting. For some reason, it can't multitask and cut and print at the same time. I don't know why. But I'll go here and start the queue on it. So as soon as this printer is finished printing, the job I just loaded in the cutter will actually start cutting that. Hey, Pat's in the house. Got your decals, buddy. Making decals. I told him I was going to go live while I was making his decals. Yeah, I've never. I've had this machine, both the printer and the cutter, for a long time. I don't use it all that much. I usually stay so busy with the screen printing portion of my business that I don't have time to do this. But I really enjoy making these decals. Learning the software and the workflow was the hardest part of all this. The weeding is the tedious part. You got to kind of reach through the matrix and pop out the decal, like especially when you got one like the Real Beast Shark logo and it's got the little pointy fins. Those are always a little bit of a pain. When you got like a oval or a circle or something, so those are pretty easy. It's when you get all these sharp points that kind of give you a little bit of a trouble. The shark fins are the worst part. Boom. Ernie the hog snatcher. Did you snatch any hogs yesterday, buddy? I seen you were live. I'll go ahead and cut up a sheet of these to show you how I cut them apart. Got our handy dandy slicer. It slices, it dices. It makes decals. This is what I use to cut them apart. I don't know what they call it. It's called a smart cut. No, man, it's all right, buddy. It's a cool logo. It's not bad at all. The one with the catfish has a lot softer edges on it. Yeah, this is the process of just cutting them apart and getting them into strips, and then I'll go back and I'll cut the strips into individual pieces. You end up with a lot of waste paper when you're making decals. That's the only bad part about it. I hate waste. I can fill up a trash can pretty quick here in the daytime, so you'll end up with the decals contour cut on this, and cut apart so you can hand them out. Michael Williams, thank you, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Ernie, appreciate you stopping in, buddy. I thought people might find this fascinating. And we got Pat Shark logo. Hooked up. What's up, buddy? Well, thank you, Half Century. Yeah, these belong to Magic Pat over at Real Beast. Y'all hit him up. If you want one of his decals, I guarantee you he'll tell you how you get one. Chunky blocking people. YouTube does some weird stuff. I know one time, I don't know how many of y'all are subscribed to Hagen Grubs, but one time I still can't turn on notifications for Hagen. Like, click the bell, and I've told him, and he don't know how to fix it either. But like, I can't turn the bell on to get notifications when he uploads new videos. I don't know why. I know he doesn't have me blocked. YouTube voodoo. Good morning, Tom. How you doing, buddy? Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I told Pat when he said when he had me making some decals, I said, okay, I'm gonna go live while I make them though. I still need the watch hours. I did actually just get to just over 3,000 watch hours the other night. I'm happy for that. I'll get there. Pat's pretty close to 1,000 too. Oh, it was one of his mods. Yeah, sometimes you might do something you can't figure out how to undo. Yeah, buddy, you getting there. Getting closer. I think, how old is your YouTube channel, Pat? I mean, I think you've been on YouTube for what, 3 years now? 4? I know I've seen you fish with Joe a whole bunch over the years. Chunky, I don't know. It's a roller cutter. It uses a roller blade inside of it, and I'm not sure what you call it, but it cuts up to 24 inches wide. This is the blade that it uses. It's like a pizza wheel. It's a pretty cool thing for cutting decals apart for sure. You can get them on Amazon. It's made by Swing Line. It's called Smart Cut, and that it's made for cutting stuff like this apart. It's a whole lot easier than using a pair of scissors or the old guillotine cutter. For sure, it's a handy. They make smaller versions of this too. This is the one that's 24 inches wide. Because my media is 20 inches wide, so I have to have a cutter big enough to. I guarantee you, if you look on Amazon, you look up Swing Line Smart Cut, you'll find it. And like I said, they make all different sizes, but it's definitely handy for you cutting apart a bunch of decals. And as you can see, I'm actually stacking them together and cutting multiple decals at one time. You can cut some pretty. It's amazing how thick you can cut, but you don't want to try to cut too many at one time, or you'll get the alignment off on them. 3 years. It took a year to get to 100. Yeah, yeah, it is wide. I said my media that I make decals is 20 inches wide, so I had to get the 20-inch, 24-inch model, and they make smaller ones too. You're out of jail. Congratulations, Chris. When I'm cutting somebody's decals, I always cut extra, and I stick them all over my shop. I've got decals stuck everywhere. Well, I don't stick them on the walls because this is not my building. I just rent here. My buddy Dave, I can't pronounce Dave's last name, but he owns this company right here, Chubby Fish Outdoors. I think he's up in Ohio, and I made some of these big vote decals. These are 6x9s. Um, I know he sells a lot of bait and tackle, or a lot of tackle for the catfishing. So y'all look him up. Look up Chubby Fish Outdoors. I know he's going to be at CatCon. Dave's a super nice guy. Funny story about my relationship with Dave. I was actually down at the at what we call Rivermont Park here in Chattanooga one evening after work fishing for skipjack, and I'm standing there on the bank just casting for skipjack, and I see this big old black boat coming. I mean, huge boat, and I'm like, and I see the typical rods all sticking out of the back of the boat, and I'm like, man, look at this cat. I mean, this boat is like 24 feet long or something, huge boat. And sure enough, it pulls up to the dock, and little Dave, he's actually about my height, maybe just a little bit shorter. He gets out of this big old boat. Of course, we strike up a conversation because he's got a this giant catfish boat, and he was down here from Ohio, and he fishes nickeljack on a pretty regular basis. And we got to talking about, because he seen I was fishing for skipjack, and obviously we had a common bond there, and we got to talking about what I do for a living and what he does in his business, and I've actually got a run of, I think, over 100 T-shirts in there for him uh, that he's going to come down here and pick up, that he's going to be selling on his website, and probably have some at CatCon too. So you never know who you're going to meet when you're fishing, or what kind of relationships you're going to make. Like I said, Dave is a cool guy. Also did some too for Vince Nadasky. I hope I said his name right. Vince, he owns a couple of different companies that make. He sells the Shattered Cat rods, and he also sells electronics. He's got a couple different websites. So, and Vince and David are friends. So, see, we're gonna put this sheet. This sheet just got finished printing, and the next sheet just started cutting now. Pretty much when this ink comes out of the cutter, it's dry, because that printer actually has a this printer has a warming strip in there that, as it prints, it kind of heats the vinyl from the bottom, and it cures the ink. It's an eco solvent ink. Good morning, Quiet Man. How you doing, buddy? Appreciate you stopping in, Quiet Man Curtis. Making decals this morning. Let's see, that's laminated. It needs to be laminated. It needs to be out of the floor. So as you can see, there's several steps to making decals. The printing, the laminating, the contour cutting, and then cutting them apart. It's not just one step and out the door. But because I'm doing so many different things at one time, I can be laminating a sheet of decals while I'm printing or cutting another. So while I'm doing one thing, while the printer or the cutter is doing their thing, I'm doing something else. My computer talks to me because I don't always have time to look at the clock. I've got in trouble before because I've got in here and gotten busy and forgot to pick my kid up at school or something. They don't like that. So now I have my computer announce the time to me. I've never forgot to pick them up at school. I have been a little bit late. Actually, my oldest daughter, Caroline's in college now, so I don't have to worry about her. Anna, my youngest. Okay, that sheet's laminated. I'm gonna go ahead and get another sheet started cutting or printing. So now after that sheet gets done cutting, the printer will start printing a new sheet. It does build character. Planet of the Catfish. As y'all have to forgive me for drinking so much energy drink and water, but I'm on this low carb diet and I have had the worst dry mouth since I started it. It's just awful. It's like I can't drink enough water. I don't know what it is. All right, Antonio. What am I doing here? Oh, I better start counting. Hey, somebody post. Yep, they're the same to me. Somebody post up Real Beast Pat's link to his YouTube channel for me, please. Real Beast. I don't know why Pat's not a moderator. Can I do that from here? Nope, I can't do that from here. I don't know why you're not a moderator on my channel, Pat, but I'll do it when I go off. I get done with the live. Somebody post up Pat's link. to his YouTube channel. I'm sure probably everybody in here subscribed to him. When I get done with the live, I'll make you a moderator. They are, Chris. They are the most popular fish in the world. Some of the funnest to catch, too. Can y'all see this okay, what I'm doing? I know it'd be better if I was like shooting overhead, but I'm trying to get the whole, everything in the screen. That's why I got the camera so far away. There's the matrix. Out of the way before I stab myself. There's the catfish. And here come the sharkies. I've got these files in my computer, Matt, labeled as real shark and real catfish. Yeah, I think people are interested in the process. You know, I'm one of those guys that likes that TV show, How It's Made. I love that. I mean, I don't know why I can sit and watch it for hours, and especially when they're like bending, making chain, and I just love the process of how things are made. If you hadn't ever watched that show, man, you're missing out. If you're like me and you're inquisitive about how things are made, I just love to see how things are made. Get kind of a behind the scenes look at it. Like I said, I'm cutting more than I'm cutting like a whole. I keep the edges lined up on the sheet so that I can cut 4 or 5 stacks at a time. Otherwise, it would take you a whole lot longer to sit here and individually cut out each little decal. As long as I keep the edges aligned, they come out perfect every time. out on. But both of these are 5-inch decals. I got a question for you if you're still in here, Pat. How did you get the nickname Magic Pat? All right, Pat, you're gonna get a few extras, buddy. But that's okay. I always like to give you more than you expect to get. I always print extras too, because this process is not perfect. Sometimes you'll have the printer will go. Sometimes you'll have the printer will go haywire on you, and you'll. I mean, I've got sheets of them in the garbage where sometimes the printer just can't find the registration mark. Sometimes it messes up. The print head will hit the sheet. Sometimes the cutter will, or cut where it's not supposed to. So I have never made a run of decals where I have not had decals that didn't get messed up because it's not a perfect process. It's a cool process, but not a perfect process. You kicked a soccer ball into a light, broke the glass bulb, and bent the filament, but the light never went out. Is that how you got the name Magic Pat? That's funny. That's funny. It was like magic. Yeah, it is. It is a fair amount of work, but like I said, it's like when I'm doing one thing and the printer's doing something else. I Once you get started, you kind of have a flow. From the print and cut, like there's always something to be doing. If you're doing it right, there's a workflow to it. Like I'll be cutting them apart while the cutter's cutting and the printer's printing. No dancing involved. Yeah, please keep your clothes on. Nobody wants to see that ever. But yeah, there's like these big guys who make hooked up. These big guys who make decals. They have much bigger machines than I do, and they have what they call Kubota cutters, and they're cutting 72 inches wide, and making each roll is probably 1,000 decals. But this is just a small setup. Back when I bought the EcoSoft, the rolling printer, I think I paid about $9,000 for that printer, which is kind of cheap in the world of kind of desktop semi-commercial printers. This is considered a desktop, even though it prints up to 20 inches wide. Now I think these machines right here, if they're still selling them, are down around $5,000. And this, I think I paid the cutter. I think I paid about, I don't know, $2,000 for it back when it was new, which has been quite a few years ago. But of course, you got to have the software. Roland VersaWorks, and I uh, I have one PC in my shop, and its sole purpose is to run that printer. That's all I use it for, is to run that printer. Otherwise, I'm a Mac shop. All my Macs and all my design computer is a Mac, and which actually I just had. I won't be uploading a video this week because last week my main 27-inch iMac, the video card went out in it that I edit software on, so I had to buy a new. I've got a new iMac on my desk now, a 24-inch iMac that I'm using for drawing, and I didn't get an opportunity to edit any video last week because I spent most of the week setting up a new computer. And if you've ever had to set up a new computer, and I've got 20 years worth of work on my old computer that I had to get off. Luckily, I've always keep a backup hard drive running, so I was able to you know exchange, get all my art files and my other files off of the computer. If you got a computer, and especially if you use it for work, you better make sure you're backing up constantly, because you lose your computer goes out and you're up the creek without a paddle, as they like to say. But even with doing that, it's a lot of work to set up a new computer, because you put in all your new settings, and my old computer was about 15 years old, so the software, the operating system is new and different. And this 24-inch iMac that I'm using now is the first new computer that I have ever owned in my entire life. I actually usually buy used Macs, but I told my wife I was tired of buying a new used computer every 2 years, so I actually have a warranty with this new Mac. I've never owned a computer with a warranty either. No dancing involved. But this is how my media comes in. I just bought $300 worth of vinyl, and it comes in these giant rolls. That's the white media, and this is the clear over laminate OrGuard 210 laminating film in this 30-inch roll right here. It's what we use for lamination. I cut some of these for, sure y'all recognize this gentleman right here, Mr. Joe Jellison with Catfish Decal. I've got decals all over the place. If anybody in here doesn't have one of my decals and wants it, you just shoot me an email, drop me an email at bobcatoutdoors365@gmail.com, and with your mailing address, and I'll mail you one of my decals. Actually, I'll mail you a set of my decals. I've got several different variations of my. Oh, here's some I made for Big Skip Fishing. Y'all check out Big Skip. He's doing some lives now. I seen he went live yesterday, so go check out Big Skip Fishing. He sent me his logo, and he used this logo for his photography business, and he wanted to use it for his fishing channel too. So I took out the word photography, which was down here, and added fishing on there, and I added a couple hooks on there, a couple circle hooks on there, and I skipped some decals last week. Skip's is a small channel, growing channel, so if somebody could drop the link to his channel in the feed, I'd appreciate it. Ask for the naked cat sticker. Let's see if I got a naked cat. Yeah, here's a naked cat, Pat. This is the one that Pat's referring to. See, this is my old Bobcat logo, and you notice he doesn't have overalls on. So Pat calls it my naked cat video, my naked cat sticker. Pat has one of these. I don't have any more. I have a few of these laying around, but not many. I yeah, that's the naked cat video. He's naked and exposed. Oh, thanks, Chris. It's gonna be kind of loud. Yeah, I tell people all the time that Joe Jellison is a catfish magnet. I mean, really, there were two people that inspired me to start making YouTube videos and build a YouTube channel. One was, of course, Steve Douglas, the catfish dude, and the other was Joe. Especially since Joe was fishing right here, in my backyard. Joe and I just live about a mile apart. The naked cat. Yeah, I did that. I did that. That logo, that decal, and I thought, I'm always wearing overalls, so I'm gonna put some overalls on my bobcat. So then I put overalls on him. And I thought, well, I'm always wearing a red toboggan when I'm winter fishing. So then I added a red toboggan to him, and well, I just kept adding things to him, and he was the no longer the naked cat. I can't read that from here, Chris. Yeah, I'm not going to be live too much longer. I'm almost done with with Pat's decal. Yeah, I know Matt Knight. I mean, I met Matt Knight when I went to Rockingham. I've got family in Rockingham where his store is at, and I went in there and bought well, I bought one rod for me and a bunch of a t-shirt and a hoodie, and my buddy Daryl at Trophy Seekers, he had me pick up four rods for him. So when I come back, like I said, I've got family in Rockingham. When I come back, I have five Mad Cat rods in the car with my family, and of course a bunch of other stuff, t-shirts, hoodies. Yeah, I talked to Matt, and he's a nice guy, man. He's got. I'm telling you, if you ever get over there and you're in Charlotte area or near Rockingham, you go in that store. Boy, it's hard to self control is a hard thing. There's so many goodies in there. Oh, I bought a pack of their hooks too. I think they're called cat snatchers, and I really like their circle hooks. I think it was the 10-aught cat snatchers that I bought. I'm really liking those hooks. They've got a nice wide gap, and they're a well built hook. And I used to use Team Catfish hooks because they were easy to get. But I'm gonna tell you what, and I'm not bad mouthing anybody, but I had so many of those hooks, team catfish hooks, that I buy them at Walmart, of course. Um, about every about every pack I bought, at least one or two hooks, the tip was bent on them. I mean, like it was bad. It was dull. So I just quit buying them. I threw away the ones I had of those team catfish hooks, and I even emailed them and told them how disappointed I was, and I never got a response back. So I mean, that to me, if you're not somebody that's adamant about checking your hooks, and you put a hook on with a barb, a tip that's bent, it could cause you to lose a fish of a lifetime. You know, and that to me, that's just not cool. Yeah, like I said, I quit using them. But my new favorite hook is those 10-aught cat snatchers. Of course, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I sponsored by myself. So yeah, Matt is a very nice guy. He's a super guy. I mean, he come up and talked to me, and I told him that I was filming. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll look at the videos, and one of the videos I did is me basically doing a walkthrough of their store there in Rockingham. And it's really cool. Their store's like right on the PD River. I mean, you can go in there and buy you some eels and some hooks and some rods and some reels and go right down to the PD River and go fishing. You can outfit yourself and go fishing right down on the water. But yeah, it's a neat place. And Matt does seem like a nice. I can't remember the other guy's name there, but he was hilarious. Chris, do you know what's the other guy's name that's in there? That works in there. He's funny. Oh, I gotta get that started. Sometimes you gotta remember to push play. Hoping the customer don't walk in. I'm standing here talking to myself, or what appears to be talking to myself. Oh, come on now. Yeah, they probably are. But I always thought that they had a pretty good reputation for catfishing products. But after buying about 4 packs and having the barbs bent on them, they won't get no more of my money. See, sometimes the cutter can't find the registration marks. Like right now, it's having problems finding the registration marks. That's what these 4 black dots that are on the edge of hooked up. The hooks I'm talking about were the Team Catfish hooks. I bought over the past year. I've bought 4 packs of them, and at least one hook in every pack has had the tip bent over. I mean, like I had to take a diamond knife sharpening file and file the hook out, file the point out. I mean, to the point where I don't even think you could stick it in your hand unless you really tried. And I did send them an email to their customer service, and I got absolutely no response, which I don't think is cool. Their quality control needs to step up. Miss Jody, what's happening, girl? Flathead Queen in the house. Sticker Man, what's up, Larry? Hey, I'm telling you, Anthony, I'll tell you what, if you're going to use those Team Catfish hooks, you better pull every hook out of the house, out of the box package, and run your finger across it. Because every pack that I bought at least 4 or 5 packs now. I've had at least one, if not more, hooks in the package with the tip bent over. If you're a catfisherman, you better get in the habit. It don't matter who makes the hook. When you pull that hook out and you tie it on, you snell it on to your leader, check it. Run it across your finger, stick it in your hand. But yeah, they're a very well built hook, no doubt about that. But said after 4 packs of them being faulty, I threw the last pack I had away. I'm not going to depend on a hook that's going to cause me to lose a fish or possibly lose a fish. I'm not bad mouthing them. I'm just saying. Let's try this again. Yeah. Ask Century. Somebody post my email, but it's bobcatoutdoors365@gmail.com. Bobcatoutdoors365@gmail.com. Yeah, Larry, Gamakatsu does make a good hook. I've used Gamakatsu. Right now, I'm using the Mad Cat. I think they're called Cat Snatcher hooks. I picked up a big pack when I was in Rockingham at their store in Rockingham. And I really liking that hook. And when that pack's done, I'll probably buy another pack. But you know, when you think about it, there you go. When you think about it, your hook is the absolute most important part of your rig. I mean, it all comes down to that hook. I know Daryl was telling me he used to use the eagle claw hooks, circle hooks, octopus circle hooks, and he had some too out of the pack that were bad. So he stopped using those. I don't know whose hook he's using now, but it doesn't matter whose it is. Check it when you tie on a new hook, or at least every time you go out, run your finger across that hook. I do, and make sure it's still sharp. There's nothing more important in your rig than your hook. There are a lot of good hook manufacturers. I'm sure Uncle Lou's got some nice hooks too. I'm gonna try some of those too. That's right. That's right, Larry. Rather put a new hook on than miss a fish. I noticed a lot of guys now, even when they're bumping, are starting to use stinger hooks. That's an interesting concept. That's something I have to look into. I use a circle hook when I'm bumping, but I never thought about using a stinger hook on it. I forget who I was watching the other day that was using a stinger hook on a bump rig. Yep, that's a good. And Anthony, that's a good way to test it. If it's to me, if it sticks in my skin without a lot of effort, I know it's a good hook. Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, you do miss a lot of fish bumping. You'll get one, and sometimes I think that they just take it in their mouth, and they haven't actually got it in their mouth. And between the boat moving and the water pressure moving, I think it's possible that they don't get the hook in their mouth. Be right back, guys. Y'all let me know when that's done cutting. Yeah, don't leave the 365 out. Just in case Matt Knight's in here, I got his hat on. Check out this sweet looking hat. I think it is, Chris. I don't know that it matters. Bobcat Outdoors 365 at gmail.com. Oh, you can hear the water gurgling on the stream. Huh, that's cool. See, this is the Bobcat Outdoors logo with him fully clothed. So this is my first one, the Naked Cat Bobcat Outdoor. And then this is the one that I added overalls. He's got his little red beanie on. Hey, Anthony, there's a reason for that because I'm using my ear pods. So wherever I go in the shop, you can hear me because I got ear pods in. Oh, let me put this other set of stickers, decals in here. That's why you can hear a background noise. You can probably hear me chewing too. Make sure you mute it before I use the restroom. I'll do that. Yeah, when you're on the boat and you're going live, it's always a challenge to remember to you got to turn the camera off and mute the stream because nobody wants to see or hear that. uh, that's what my wife says too. Bless her heart. Yeah, I have abandoned the cartoon bobcat for my logo. I'm just using my cartoon portrait. I don't know. I just ever since I'd come up with it and I did it, it always bothered me. I thought, it's too elementary school looking. I thought if I'm ever going to be taken seriously as a a trophy catfishing person, I want to I want to have a logo that reflects that. Go to work, Jody. Why are you still here? Get up and go to work. Gosh, if you didn't stay up half the night on lives, I'll tell Jody to go to work. Bye, Jody. Be careful. Yeah, I can't hang. Very, very seldom can I stay up past 11 o'clock to midnight. I don't. I need 8 hours of sleep. I gotta have my beauty sleep, obviously. Oh, you're at work. I know you need to. Yeah, you do need to do work while you're there. It's probably expected of you. Good morning, Chris. How you doing, brother? Mr. Chris at El Gato Azul in the house. Oh no, Larry. Sorry to hear that, buddy. I hope it's uh, I hope it's not bad. Man, it took me out at the knees. I was in the bed for a solid week. Hope you didn't give it to Amy. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope y'all drink lots of fluid. Um, if you can go get that, I don't know if they're still giving or not. That shot they gave me 4 shots, 2 in my belly and 1 in each arm. Man, it made me feel better a lot quicker. Good morning, retired Rick. Morning, morning, morning. Yeah, Larry, I'll be praying for you and Amy. Oh, it's been 7 days. Well, you must not have it must not have hit you bad. I guess it just affects everybody differently. Anybody just coming in. Hopefully Saturday, Anthony, or I don't know. Anybody just coming in. I'm making decals for Mr. Magic Pat over at Real Beast. Go check Real Beast out. Somebody post his link. I think he lives somewhere in South Carolina, but he makes it to Chattanooga on the regular to fish the Tennessee River with Joe at Catfish Fishing. Yeah, that's true, buddy. I did. With the weather going, with the weather being what it was on Saturday, it was going to be miserable. It was in the teens and windy. We could have fished. Bob, can you design me stickers? Rick, send me an email at bobcatoutdoors365 at gmail.com. Yeah, Columbus. And let me know kind of what you want in in a decal, and I can come up with something for you. You know, I just need to know what you want in your logo. Most people send me the logos, but I can do design work too. Yeah, I seen that, Anthony. I know. This COVID's gone through y'all's house too. I think Josie will be okay. She's a strong little booger. She is a tough kid. I'm glad she looks like her mama though, instead of you. Yep, Pat lives in Georgia. I'm sorry, Columbus, Georgia. Now, when I was a kid, I was telling Pat that I used to live in Phoenix City, Alabama, which is right across the river from Columbus, Georgia. So I know where he's fishing at. Phoenix City is just right across the river from Columbus. I don't know why I said South Carolina. I failed geography. Hello, Mr. Greenwell, Mr. Bumping Mike Greenwell in the house. Bumping Mike in the house. I just sent Mike some decals. I seen somebody showing them off on his boat the other day when he was out there live fishing. – 300 yards apart. Yeah. Yeah, the river separates the two cities. That's where my mom met my stepdad. He was a cab driver in Phoenix City, and he ran a cab between Phoenix City and Columbus. Some sweet decals. Yeah, making something for old Magic Pat today. Y'all hit Pat up there at Real Beast if you want to find out how to get one of his decals. He's always doing giveaways, so he might be giving away some decals when he does his giveaways. I've got the I've got the chat blowed up huge on my computer. Yeah, buddy. I'm sure everybody sitting here right now is probably sub to me. If not, I sure would appreciate it. I'm like everybody else on that train to 1,000, trying to build my watch hours up. I just got over 3,000 watch hours the other night. I was like at 2,999 watch hours, and I put out a plea for you got over 6 inches of snow. No, I like snow. It's pretty, but I want it to be here and go away. No, not that. I don't want that much snow. It's some snow. If you want snow here in Chattanooga, you got to go up on the mountain. I live in the valley. We never get snow down here. I can see the snow from my front door. Yeah, Mike, I've got it blowed up on my computer, and I'm looking at it right now, and the words are about 3/8 of an inch tall. So I've got my iMac turned around, and I'm reading chat off of it. I sure ain't reading it from my phone. It's kind of like the wizard behind the curtain. I'm setting up. Yep. It takes a while, Rick. I mean, this is my first, I just celebrated my 1 year anniversary in January of being on YouTube, and it takes you longer than you think. And I think the key to it is just to keep plugging, I mean, keep putting content out there. You know, kind of, stay involved with the catfish community, and they'll help you grow if that's your thing. Thanks, buddy. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. Well, that's a wrap. I have finished cutting my decals for today. I got a beautiful stack of real beast decals. This is his Catfish Decal. And y'all be sure somebody drop Pat's link again. Be sure to check him out. He saltwater fishing, freshwater fishing. Pat's always chasing them real beasts. Hey Anthony, should go ahead and share your link out in chat, buddy. I don't mind if anybody's not subscribed to Yak Show Outdoors. Please go check Anthony's page out. He's had a hard first year. He had a baby this year, so a lot going on there. But he'll be pumping out some more content soon. But yeah, go to his page. There you go, hooked up. I'll be right back, guys. I'm not taking my earbud with me. Somebody drop Greenwell's link too. Or holding the baby and doing things with one hand. I know how that is. Bumping Mike Greenwell. He's one of my bumping brothers. I call all my bumping brothers. Got Mike Greenwell. I watch Mike all the time. Roger's another one. Muskrat Adventures. I watch Roger. He likes to bump. Creole. He's a bumping guy. Y'all hadn't learned how to bump. That's something you need to really think about doing. It's a lot of fun. Change out this roll. Every day for 2 weeks keeps falling off. That don't make no sense to me. Why that happens? I've heard that happen a lot. People will get subs in there, and then YouTube will take them back. Load up some some different media and go ahead and run myself some decals while I'm on the live stream. The decals that I do for myself, I don't actually laminate them just to save money. You know, these are for me, and I give away a lot of decals, so I'm not necessarily worried about the longevity. I'm more worried about what I sell to people than I am my own kind of giveaway decals, if that makes any sense. But I can't justify spending a lot of money in between the actual vinyl, the Orcal vinyl, and the laminate. You know, it's kind of pricey. I save that for paying customers, not for myself. Speaking of bumping, Anthony, I've got to where I'll bump from the front of the boat or the back of the boat. I'll stand in the back and bump, but I've actually got to where I'm bumping a lot more from the front of the boat too. Because if I had two people in the boat with me, I kind of want the boat balanced out, so I'm kind of been bumping from the front of the boat some too. That way you can have one person on one side of the boat bumping and one person on the other side. And it kind of depends on the current, sort of, or what I'm doing. Save this out. Save this as Real Beast Nest Job. You'll bear with me just a minute. I'll be back to chat. We're saving this file and opening up a new file. Add job to QA. I sure hope I saved that last time I did. Bobcat. Here we go. $210 force. 15. All right there. Bobcat's Guide to Bumping. I don't know, man. I'm no expert by no means. I just started doing it, about 4 months ago. But it is fun. Go over so I can see chat. What did you step on to get stitches in your foot, Anthony? I'm eating deer jerky, guys. I make it myself. This is black pepper. Guys, this is my coworker Oreo. I was holding. Oh my goodness. Ruin the road. And teasing us with jerky. It's good, Rick. Cut it on a brick on the front porch while taking out the trash. Golly. Can't take you nowhere. Hey, it's good, Daniel. Yeah, this is Boss. This is Boss Hall. She's a Jack Russell Chihuahua. Oreo's good. She's a sweet girl. Ain't you? Thank you. Y'all want to see her dance for a goodie? Here, see it. See it. You want this goodie? Huh? You want to speak? No. You want to speak? Oh, you got to speak. All right, you just want to shake? All right, kid. All right, kid. You just want to shake. Shake. What's it? She loves her some goodies, some pepperonis. Big Dan in the house. What's up, buddy? Shake. Shake. All right, then. Good girl. Well, you want a goodie, huh? Hey, what you smiling about? Hey, what you smiling for? Hey, what you smiling? Why you smiling? You gonna smile? Smile for the camera. What's up, buddy? That's right. All because I was mad at you for losing. Take the guy skipjack fishing and he brings a crappie rod, little tiny crappie rod, catching 2 pound skips on a micro lot. What? Shake. Good girl. What? You want a goodie? Sit. You better sit. Right there. Hey, Anthony, when we're skipjack fishing, we're not doing it for the fun of it. We're doing it for the bait. If you keep losing fish, that's no fun, buddy. That's right, or you tell them. See, it's just no fun. So we're out there to get bait. All right, Oreo's gonna go lay back down. Got hair all over my table. You go skipjack fishing, you want something you can haul them in. You want to play with them, get them in the boat. Yeah, we had lost. We had a lot of them. That was a good day. We got on the current seam down below Nickajack, catching skipjack, and we probably put 100 of them in the boat. I pretty much filled the live well up. Between the two of us, we had 100. The limit in Tennessee, you can keep. I think it's 100 apiece. But I've never caught 100 myself. Rick, it's Bobcat365, Bobcat Outdoors 365 at gmail.com. Bobcat Outdoors 365 at gmail.com. Is it 75 per person? I was thinking it was 100. Shows what I know. Thank you, buddy. I told you it was 100. There you go. Chris Davis just posted it. Yeah, I wish you could go out there and catch 100 every time you went. Yeah, there's no size limit on them. But yeah, sometimes they're easy to get. Sometimes not so much so. What are you barking at? Yeah, in your possession. That means, and some people are confused about this. Hello, Catfish Grande. What Fracture Fish is talking about is if you have 100 in your freezer, you can't go out and catch another 100 and keep them. I mean, TWRA has the right to go to your house and inspect your freezer. Let's get printing. I am printing. It's just taking a long time. I already printed 100. Yeah, your freezer counts in possession. Yeah, a lot of people are confused about that. If you got 50 in your freezer, you can only possess. You can only go out and get another 50. You can't have 100 in your freezer and then go out and get 50 and add it to your freezer. If you're confused about it, TWRA will straighten you out on it. I think you should never over harvest anything. Only take what you need. $10 for Saturday. Yeah, you're about an hour 25. Yeah, that's right. They'll let you know. No doubt about it. Retired Rick, what are y'all using for bait? Shad? I think everybody's got shad. Bluegill. Yeah, I've never had 100 in my freezer. Pat, you working today, buddy? Are you painting today? Ever had anything over 15? Yeah. Well, in the springtime, when they're really running up near the dams here on the Tennessee River, um, we can you can catch them, and I'll freeze them. I'll definitely freeze them and keep them. But I've never had a limit at any given time. I've never even got close to a limit. I think the most I've ever caught at one time. Yeah, I'm painting right now. Actually, I think the most I've ever caught at one time was when me and Anthony went down below Nickajack Dam and got on them one afternoon. I just called him and I said, "Hey man, I'm gonna go down here to Nickajack and go get some skipjack. If you want to come with me?" And it was when I still had my old boat, my old flat bottom 1648. I said, "If you want to come go with me," it was after work. It was after 5 o'clock, and Nickajack Dam's only about 30 minutes from me. Drive down below Nickajack, and we went down there and we got on that current same below Nickajack, below the wing wall, and just tore them up. We were catching them so fast that I was yanking them in the boat, and they were falling in the live well, and I was snapping them off in the live well. It was so much fun. Anthony kept losing fish. He brought this little micro light with him. That's why I like using a big bass size rod for skipjack. You can got a lot of backbone. You can yank them in the boat Because when I'm fishing for skipjack, I ain't playing with them. I don't care about the fight. I just want to get them in the boat because they will throw a hook quicker than quick. You can't even see it. They come out of the water, jump out of the water, shaking, and that's why they call them Tennessee tarpon. They'll come flying out of the water, and they got old bony mouth. They got old bony, hard bony mouth, and they'll throw that hook. So as soon as I hook up with one, I'll skate him across the water and get him to the boat as quick as I can. Well, Pat's pretty talented that he can paint and watch a live YouTube feed. That's talent, man. Yeah, people, that's true. The bait videos always do good because, I mean, if you're out there trying to catch catfish, one of the most important aspects of that is bait. So people are always trying to figure out how to catch bait, especially skipjack. Suckers make excellent bait. Buddy of mine, buddy of mine brought a red horse sucker one time when we went catfishing, and I'm gonna tell you that's some of the bloodiest bait in the world. Is that red horse sucker made excellent catfish bait. He called it bass fishing. Listen, he likes to chase some ditch pickles. I'll probably get the camera back in the wrong place, but I'm gonna bring you all over here and let you show you what I got going on over here. Ooh. So Pat's decals, I'm printing myself some. I plan on giving away a whole bunch of them at CatCon. Got the version with the wood grain background, and then I print some more with the green background behind it. It shows up real good. Oh no! What did you do, Bob? You messed it up. See if I can get this back in the right place now. I'm over here messing stuff up, guys. Get everything back in frame. Maybe. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, definitely earthquake, man. What's bad is when you're watching somebody. Yeah, the wood grain's cool. It's bad when you're watching somebody's live and they drop the camera. It shakes you up. Yeah, I threw that wood grain back there just to. That's the cool thing about making my own decals. I can play around with them. Now it's going back up in the machine and it's going to cut it. Like I said, these for myself are not laminated, and I'm doing that because I give away so many of them, and I don't want to waste my good vinyl that I sell to customers. Oh man, you dropped your phone in the lake. All right, it's all mine. I'll take a look when I get done with this feed. You dropped your phone. Well, Daniel, I got to ask, did it ruin your phone? Well, see, this phone I'm streaming on now, is an iPhone 13 because my iPhone 7, I dropped it in the toilet a while back and the speaker quit working. So every time I talk to somebody, I had to I had to put it on speakerphone because the earpiece speaker quit working after I dropped it in the toilet. When is CatCon? Somebody posted dates to CatCon. I know it's coming up here in February. I think it's like, it's still in about 40 foot of water. All right, Rick, I'll take a look at it, buddy, when I get off this stream. February 25th and 26th. Yeah. Yeah, I hope to see a whole bunch of people there. It's going to be a lot of fun to get to meet a bunch of YouTubers. I'll be there Friday and Saturday. Hopefully I get to meet a bunch of people. Chris, the iPhone 13 is amazing. Mine's not the Pro, it's just a 13. The battery life on it is phenomenal. I mean, literally, I don't have to charge it during the day at all. And I sit and listen to YouTube videos all day long with the screen on, and I listen to my Bible app on it while I'm working. And the battery life on it is amazing. And it's the 5G, it works on the 5G network. So when I'm streaming, live, it's the picture quality is amazing, even out on the water. So yeah, it's definitely a good phone. I would have never bought a new phone had I not, like, basically, Apple offered me like some ridiculous amount of money for my old one to trade it in. I'm only paying about $3 and something a month for this iPhone 13. It'll be CatCon Friday. The Bullock Experience in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just making decals and peeling tape off my lot table right now. That's my lot table. I use that to see through stuff. The screen printing portion of my business uses transparencies. So a lot of times I use the lot table to make transparencies. Like this is for a customer, a print for a customer in Virginia. Axe handle the stealing. Yes, I do, Matt. I do design do my own layouts. I have sort of a degree in graphic design. I have half a degree. Let's put it that way. Come up with I survived the Tennessee meet and greet, and I'll pay for them. All right, I might do that. I survived the Tennessee meet and greet. I might come up with something like that. Fracture fix. That's gonna be fun. Have a bunch of YouTubers down here in May. You can get another run of decals printing. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully the fish will be there too. I mean, we're going to be staying, we're going to be camping right on the lake. Matter of fact, if you weren't worried about getting your boat beat to death on the rocks, you could actually park your boat. I wouldn't recommend it though. I'd just trailer it every day. But depending on where you're staying at, you could put I sure can, Mike. I sure can. Send me an email with your size and I'll send you a price. Yeah, we need to memo the fish for sure. Yeah, weeded those out, guys, and I'm gonna cut them apart now. And let me know what color hoodie you want too, Mike. Just drop an email to me at bobcatoutdoors365@gmail.com. I guess Daryl and Big Mike are kind of organizing that whole event. It was their idea. I'm just going to be an attendee, but it should be big fun. I think some of my biggest fish. All right, sounds good, Matt. I think some of my biggest fish probably came in May this year or last year. I have to go back and look at my YouTube page and see when I posted those videos. But April, May, yeah, May is always a good time down here. I think last year, within just like May and the first part of June, I caught a 63 and then a 73 within weeks of one another. So I'd say May is a good time for a big fish. Mr. Skin and Scales in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate y'all dropping in, hanging out with me while I make some decals. '74. Yeah, it was something like that. I don't want to. I weighed him in the net, and it without the handle on the net, and he actually hit as high as 75. But the net's got to weigh something. So I just said 73, just to be realistic. About cut my head off, guys. Trying to cut too many at once, I'll cut my head off. Is it okay to be a little humble for one? Well, I'm gonna tell you, Anthony, I do take credit for it. I give the credit to the Lord. I give the credit to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. When the Lord speaks to you and He tells you to look up, you better look up. I was just being obedient to what the Lord told me, and you can take that to the bank. Yep. I just cringe when people were calling me a hero. I'm not a hero. I mean, anybody in a similar situation would have helped that man out. And I don't want to take credit for something that wasn't of my doings. And that's the truth. God just put me in the right place at the right time, brother. And I believe that with all my heart. Good morning, Mr. John Holiday. How you doing, buddy? Welcome, welcome, welcome. making some cool Bobcat Outdoor decals this morning. I made a run for Mr. Magic Pat over at Real Beast. And this morning I'm making these to hand out at CatCon. Or if anybody in here that wants one of these, drop me a email at bobcatoutdoors365@gmail.com and I can put them in an envelope and mail them to you. Mail you a couple. All it costs me is a stamp. Holy moly. Oh, man. Printhead hit that one. I don't know why it does that. Yeah, what I usually do, guys, when you drop me an email, and be sure, I gotta get back to wiring my bait tank. All right, buddy. What I usually do when you drop me your mailing address is I usually put one of my old decals in there and a couple of my new ones in there, and I just put them in a number 10 size envelope and put a stamp on it and mail it out. I figured out I can get, I think, 4 decals in an envelope without having to pay, you know, any extra shipping, be under the 20-ounce rule or whatever it is. Wiring your bait tank. You know, I got a bait tank. I just never put it in the boat. I don't have room for it. It's sitting out in my building. See if I missed anything in chat. Yep, amen, Chris. Check my email right quick. I'm gonna drop a link in the chat to my. A lot of people ask me what are decals cost to have made. I'm gonna drop a link in the chat from my website where I put together a little pricing page, so you can get a better idea of price wise. Guys, I know that there's a whole lot of online companies out there that advertise on Facebook and YouTube and whatnot doing decals for dirt cheap, but I just can't do it for the prices they do. You see my operation, it's not huge, but I do put a lot of love in my decals. That printer's slower than mud. Yep, I'd agree with that. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it, brother. It's what I do. All right, buddy. I appreciate you stopping and hanging out. I told you I was going to go live, and I was true to my word. Ohio for life. All right, buddy. See if I got you in here. There you go. I got you. I see your email, Matt. Yeah, have a great day, Pat. Don't paint yourself, buddy. Thanks, Mr. Gadget. Just hanging out, doing a little bit of live. Got an email from Mr. Skinny Scales. I'll be sending him. Got an email from Mr. Dale Hayslip. We're sending him some decals. There's a lot of catfishermen that lives in Ohio. I've mailed quite a few decals to Ohio here lately. There's an email from Mr. Tom LG Bass. You too, Rick. You're in Arkansas, huh? A 14 warning for people in the house. 25 thumbs up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hello, Clayton, the fishing nut. How you doing, buddy? Hanging out, making some decals. I'm hiding behind my computer, guys. You can see me. No, you can't see me over there. All right, Chris. Appreciate you hanging out with me, bud. Really, really do. Mr. Chris Davis, one of my awesome mods. Boom, I just added Real Beast as a moderator. Huh. I can do it. Well, I think UPS might be out here. Nope, no UPS. She's going back up in there and cutting now. G Bass. I'm sharing out a few channels, guys. Y'all are more than welcome to share out your channel in my feed if you want to be recognized and want people to go take a look at your channel. All right, appreciate you stopping in, Mr. John Holiday. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me while I'm at work. I have been live for less than a minute ago. That can't be right. Let's share out Pat's channel. Guys, any of these channels that I'm posting links to, feel free to go visit your channel, sub to them, leave a comment on a video, and hook set them. It is my understanding that if you don't comment on one of their videos, YouTube will snatch the sub away from them. I don't know that to be factual information, but that's what I've heard. So anytime I sub somebody, I always try to go in there and leave a comment or watch one of their videos and leave a comment. Hey, I understand, Matt. I appreciate you hanging out. I'm not going to be live much longer. I'm going to shut it down. I think everybody's come in here and seen what they came to see, and I'm just killing time. Kind of, people find it fascinating, so I just kind of hang out and show people what I'm doing. Mike, March, April, May, buddy. I mean, really, those are the best times. I think my two biggest fish last year came in late May, early June. Bite seems to be hot, you know. You think so, Clayton? That might be. Mr. Gadget, I do artwork. Some people send me their art, their logos. I also do some design work. Obviously, if I have to design a logo, it's going to cost a little bit more than if you already have a logo. But I do my own design work. It's a boring day at work. Well, that's one of the, it's boring standing here making decals. So I mean, why not go live while I'm doing it? Got somebody to talk to. So this is what my printer does sometimes. Remember me telling y'all sometimes I'll make a, see right here. Sometimes the print head will hit the decal and smudge everything up. So, even these are machines and they're certainly not perfect. So a lot of times I'll usually waste at least a sheet while I'm cutting decals. It's just part of it. Yeah, I need to build my watch hours up. So heck, I can stand here and make decals and go live and everybody hang out and chat. I tell people all the time, like all these lives nowadays, everybody's doing. I say that's kind of like the old days of CB radio, and everybody sat on their CB radio and just chit chatted. Well, I think the YouTube lives are kind of like that nowadays. It's just a way to socialize with other people. Heck, you can sit here on the computer and talk to people in other parts of the world. You know, we see the UK guys all the time. You know, doing their fishing shows, and it's to me, it's kind of neat to you can communicate in that way. It's a new, rare form of communication. Yep, exactly, Mike. Yeah, I am Anthony. Hey, you know what, if you used to talk on the CB, post your handle in the chat. I'll tell you what mine was. My CB handle was bootlegger. Bootlegger. Yep, I used to talk on CB radio. My grandfather, he was in the ham radio. There's a lot of people still talk on ham radio too. The old bootlegger. I can't remember what my dad's handle was. What was his handle? Oh, it was Rooster. Rooster. The days of CB radio. I don't care to show my age. I am what I am. I am what I am. It is what it is. It was Big Blue for the truck and then changed it to Gadget. There you go. Yeah, CB radios weren't just for truck drivers. My dad used to build, he worked on CB radios and linear amplifiers. I've watched him more than once get knocked across the room when he opened up an amp and somehow touched the tubes inside of the old linear amplifier. It's 11:13. All right, Mike, I appreciate you hanging out with me, buddy. Don't want nobody to get it. See, I am at work. I don't want anybody to get in trouble for watching YouTube when they're supposed to be at work. I'm fixing to close this chat down here in a minute after I cut this last few decals up. Make sure these are going to fit into an envelope. There you go. Yeah, I don't think I own a working CB radio anymore. The last one I had was a little Uniden, and I found it last year in the basement covered in about an inch of dust. So I threw it out. You know, weather band's always a good thing to have. take my ear. Maybe blow anybody's eardrums out by sneezing into the phone. Cobra 29 LTD. Yes, sir. Yeah, Cobra was a big brand of CB back in the day. Well, Cobra's still making CB radios. I don't know. That hadn't been a part of my life in a long time. My dad always liked the old linear amplifiers that had the big tubes in them, and he had boxes. He had like a whole storage building full of those old tubes, amplifier tubes, and apparently now they're worth a lot of money because you can't hardly find them anymore. The old linear amplifier tubes. They still make them. Sweet. Well, guys, I think I'm going to shut this live down and get back and start doing some real work again. Got some artwork I need to do and email some people and put some decals in the mail. But guys, I appreciate everybody still hanging out with me. I appreciate you hanging out with me on a rather dreary day at work. And hope you found what I'm doing cool. And if you do, be sure to click that thumbs up and subscribe to me and all that jive. Guys, we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye, Auntie. You take care of that baby girl. Y'all need anything, let me know. I'll bring it over and drop it on your porch. Hey, thank you for hanging out, Daniel. I appreciate you guys. God bless you all.